One question a lot of people ask us about is, how much is my case worth? That depends on a lot of different factors. The main factor is how much medical treatment do you need and how much is that going to cost. Usually we try to settle a case for about 3 times your medical bills. So if we're trying to get 3 times your medical bills and you have $30,000 in bills, then we would want to settle that case for $90,000. So it really is important that you get into treatment, that you get the treatment that you need. Sometimes that can be something that doesn't compute for people, that seems illogical, but it really is the way that it works, that you're going to get more money based on how much treatment you need. Now, having said that, your treatment has to be reasonable and necessary. If you get $15,000 worth of chiropractic care, most insurance companies are going to say that's not reasonable or necessary. You know, we think that usually somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000 in chiropractic care is reasonable and necessary, and if it goes beyond that, then we're going to have a hard time convincing the insurance company that that's something that they should pay for. So the next factor is lost wages. If you've missed work, and especially if you've missed a lot of work, then that can really become a factor in how much your case is worth. But in that scenario, we have to have doctor's notes that say, you know, this person can't work because they're too injured to work. We can't just willy-nilly decide to take work off and then say, hey, you owe me for lost wages. It has to be real doctor-approved time off. Otherwise, we can't get your lost wages. But yeah, several months worth of missed work can add up really fast. Another factor in determining how much your case is worth is how much pain and suffering you're going to have. And really what that comes down to is what kind of lingering problems you're having in your life. And so we have to work with your healthcare providers to document that. And sometimes what we do is we also hire what's called a life care planner. So that would be a registered nurse or a doctor that's trained in figuring out, okay, what problems are they going to have throughout the rest of their life? And if we can document that properly, then we can show that, you know, you have some real damages that are going to affect you for the rest of your life. And that can really add value to your case. Some of the things that could affect the value and make it lower, one is liability. If liability isn't clear and liability is contested by the other side, and they have legitimate arguments as to why they're not 100% responsible, that maybe you have some responsibility, then that can significantly lower the amount that we could get back for you. Another thing that could reduce the value of your case, not because it's not worth more, but because there's just not any money there, is if there are low insurance limits. A good example of this that I had in one case was I represented a guy that got hurt on his motorcycle and he had to have his leg amputated. And so the person who hit him was in a crappy old car, lived in an apartment, so we had to take the bodily injury limits of $30,000, and he had crappy insurance and only had $30,000, so he got $60,000 and that was it. So sometimes having no insurance or less than adequate insurance can really affect the value of your case. So there are really a lot of factors, and it's really helpful if you talk to an attorney about, you know, what are the different factors. And a lot of times we can't really tell how much your case is going to be worth until we've worked on your case for months and months and you've been doing treatment for months and months. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.